So it's Friday last week, talking to my client to auction. They said, cancel the auction. 100% don't want to do it. The pressure of an auction, is it worth it? Stay tuned.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Minutes. Myself, Michael Bergio, Mark Novak, episode 492. Is it worth doing an auction? Shit. And day 2 of healthy eating lifestyle. See, number 2. Thought I'd chuck that in. Keep it going. Good accountability. So, auctions are a lot of pressure in a normal market, like in normal real estate, but throw in this lockdown. Now, tell us about it. You had a great auction, or did you? Stay tuned to hear how it turned out. Friday, take us through it.
Yeah, so look, it's stressful, eh? Like if you're selling a property, if you're buying a property, and if it's under an auction environment, it's just a bugger. You know, it's hard, it's crazy. So this property, French's Forest, we had it on the market for 27 days. We had over 150 groups through the property, a lot of interest. We had 6 different groups making offers on the property. Got to last Friday. My client, who was meant to come on the show today, who piked out. Fair enough. It's not easy, apparently. He says, Mark, I have instructions. Like, basically, he just nailed me and said, no, we're not doing the auction. Spoken to my wife, me and my wife, not doing the auction. We're not going to auction tomorrow. Cancel the auction. Too much. Not worth it. COVID, cancel the auction. Cancel.
Because they had, and also they were looking to buy as well, weren't they?
So they were looking to go up the coast. So they were selling out of, so the guide on this property was 2 to 2. And they were going to take their money and run and go north.
Yep. So they're saying cancel the auction. And what did you say?
Right.
Yes, sir.
I said to them, yes. I said, yes, okay, I take your instructions. But I have never in 28 years cancelled or postponed, cancelled an auction. And they went, right. And I said, massive mistake, completely against my advice. And they said, well, that's what we want to do. We're cancelling it. And I said, and then they said, furthermore, the last 3 properties that we've liked in I think it's Avoca they were looking.
Yeah, beautiful.
The last 3 properties, lovely. They said the last 3 properties we've liked, 2 of the agents have cancelled the auctions. It's normal. That's they've just cancelled it. And I said, you know what I said? You know what I said?
Tell me.
I said, you know what? Someone may even turn up on the last day. Someone may, the magic person may turn up on Saturday, see it, buy it. I've had it happen not once, not twice, many times before. It's
Same
rare.
here.
It's a unicorn.
Yeah,
Hey?
same here. 7 Beacon Hill Road. Ran a bloody full campaign. You get to auction, you're like, I don't really have any buyers. Oh, I've got 1. Damn, you really need 2 to have a good auction. Let's do an open, because some agents don't even do an open on the day of an auction. I think it's crazy. I do 1 at least, sometimes 2 auctions on that Saturday. The first time I did it was obviously your advice to do it, and I was like, really? And then we got a buy from it, and I've never looked back since.
It's bloody crazy. So guess what happened, guys and girls? The auction, with cancelling the auction, they said, "Can I ring you back?" I said, "Yes." They rang me back and they said, "Mark, on your advice, don't agree with it. On your advice, we're gonna do the auction." I said, "Look, I go, you know what? It's like getting an Olympics set up for 1 year, setting an Olympics up, and then saying, no, we're not going to do the Olympics anymore. You've done all of the work and all of the prep. Just let it play out. So auctions are high pressure, guys. Auctions are really, moral of this story is the pressure of an auction is high. It's high for a seller. You may think it's high for a real estate agent, Burge, isn't it for us?
I get nervous every auction. Like, I still shit myself with an auction. You've all eyes on you. You want a great result. I still get nervous. Simple as that.
And
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. So Vic LaRusso, the auctioneer, calls us normally 5 days before the auction. How you going? He normally calls us 2 days before the auction. How you going? The day before the auction. How you going? And I'm saying to Vic, these are the offers that we've got. And I said, I reckon we're going to have 2 registrations. Friday night, no registrations. Saturday morning, 1 registration. Saturday, end of Saturday morning, 2 registrations. So anyway, the moral of the story is the owner said, yes, let's go to the auction, follow your advice. Off we go. Vic's going, great, that's what we want to do. We did an interesting one where we did not do a Zoom. So instead of doing a Zoom auction due to COVID, we did a one-on-one. So we had 5 real estate, hang on, I'm going to get to this in a sec. We had our real estate agents sitting on the phone with buyers on FaceTime talking one-on-one, and the owner on FaceTime talking one-on-one with me, Vic doing the auction. So I do the open house. 3 people come through the open house. Listen to this.
I'm listening.
First thing in the morning, Saturday night, an SMS goes out. Guys want to Saturday afternoon, an SMS goes out. Guys, I want to remind you there's an auction. Saturday morning, an email goes out saying, guys, auctions today. This is what you got to do to register. Went to all 150 buyers. Massively, talk to everyone through the week. And thought we ID'd everyone there. So I'm driving back, finished my open house 10:30 to 11, and took a couple of inquiries on the property, and one guy said, look, I'm just going to I got him through last minute. The other lady said, my son broke his leg, never got to see the property, understand it's going to auction, go have a look through. I said, I'll be there in 20 minutes. She said, I don't know if that's quick enough because I need to be in another open house at this time. I said, that's okay. I'll call the owner. I'll offer them closer to 3-4 o'clock, or I'll offer them straight away. Owner said, yep, we got the house ready, go straight away. Showed the lady straight away. In and out, 3 minutes. Her and her lovely husband. In and out, 3 minutes. Leave the kids in the car, in and out. Owner was outside waiting and goes, what, that was it? Didn't they like it? I said, no, they liked it, but they had to rush off to another place. These guys registered for the auction. Another 3 people for Dark Horses registered for the auction. 5 registrations for the auction on the day before we thought we were going to have one.
Yeah. And I want to emphasize on you leaving the open home onto the next meeting. Someone calls you as an agent. Sometimes that can be almost the worst call because you've just left that property. You're in the next property mindset. Someone wants to see it straight away. A lot of agents will be like, oh, later, I got another meeting, got to have lunch. But you were like, nah, get you straight back in there, get you through it when it's convenient for you, putting the seller's interest ahead of yours, putting the buyer's interest ahead of yours. I just want to emphasize on that. Moving other appointments around to get them in.
Because you could imagine it's difference between positive mindset and normal mindset.
Yes.
Normal mindset saying, you know, mate, you've had it. Even if I did take you through, as if you're going to, without not check a contract, have a deposit ready, no building inspection you've done. We had one ready, but no building inspection done. Like, no clauses changed, and nothing. Like, as if I'm just wasting my time showing you.
Yeah,
That's
the auction
normal mind.
today- Yeah.
You miss the open house. You can't be thinking about it that much. Like,
Yeah.
seriously. And
Depend
you've
on
got another open house to go to, and you give, yeah. But
A million reasons
That
to
made-
push the briar off. A million reasons to not take it serious. But I think that's a key thing, and we're talking about this show. The key is not to overthink it. You didn't overthink it. They wanted to see the property. They wanted to see it now. Your job's to show them the property. You got them through. Now fast forward to the auction.
Good morning, Freda. Good morning, Luke. You know what? Get shit done is what it is. Get shit done. So we turn up to the auction. Auction's at 5:45. We've got 5 real estate agents talking to 5 buyers on FaceTime, on the phone. We've got me on the phone, FaceTime with the owners. Bottom line, owners went to the auction. Bottom line, fact, the owners got, I'm not to credit the actual person who bought it, the owners got $50,000 to $100,000, fact, because they went to this auction, fact. If they postponed this, if they cancelled this auction, they would have been left with the highest bidder, that was the highest bidder on Friday, who would not move. Now, guess what? The highest bidder on Friday was the underbidder. They went more than what they promised they would go more than. Fact. Yeah. And this buyer smashed them.
And they're the ones who saw it that day for 3 minutes and had done no due diligence and just bought it on the day.
Who would have thought? Honestly, guys, to say that you're a buyer for $2.28 million is going to come through on the day of the auction, not check the contract, not do a valuation with a bank valuer, finance approval, not have a building inspection that they've done on the property, or pest inspection that they've done on the property. We had one, though. You know, buyer, they knew there was no bullshit going on. They knew that this was finite and this was going to happen on the day that they would or would not have a home. So it's high pressure before, but it's quite a relief knowing that shit's going to get done on the day of the auction for the buyer and also for the seller. And hindsight's a wonderful thing. Now we can tell the story.
You're exactly right. And I just wanted to go through that. Why is it high pressure for owners with auctions? And it's high pressure because you think of it normally how it will work with a private treaty. You're in the comfort of your home. The agent calls you, gets an offer. You can hang up the call. You can take a deep breath, have a chat with your wife, call a friend, call your lawyer, sort of brainstorm it, come up with an answer, come back, and all your decisions are delayed by overnight or delayed by 20 minutes. So everything is a much slower pace. But an auction, there's a few things that are high pressure. It is revealing. You're either going to be overpriced and not sell and be embarrassed, or it's going to be, because like that's where a lot of owners are worried. They're worried because you just don't know until you know. Like everyone knows, everyone has been to an auction before and it hasn't sold, and you're just like, oh. And the first thing people think is, oh, owners want too much. So there's that type of self-feeling that is nervous for owners, intimidating you could call it, or any high pressure. They may have to make a decision on the spot with people looking at them. So there's a lot of reasons why they're nervous, but we find, especially when it's sold and it's a great result, they're so happy. Like, I think the highs are higher with an auction process.
Is it worth it? You know, that is the question. Is it worth it? The pressure of the auction, is it worth it? And the answer to this is it's yes. It's a yes, and it's a yes, and it's a yes. Because how many times, this is what I think where we could share how many times does an owner go this? Maybe once, twice in their life. How many times does a good agent go through this? If they do the right thing, many times. That experience they leveraged off on Friday, and I gave them my experience. That got that owner 100% fact, 50 to 100K more just on that advice that was given to them in a very, very critical moment. It was a high pressure moment. It was a stressful moment, but they were happy that they had the pressure. They were happy that they had the stress, that they did make the right decision to make that money. That could not have been done with any other method. And to add what you were saying, Michael, it's authentic. An auction is finite and authentic, where you can literally eyeball around the room, even with FaceTime, and you can see real people, real offers under your nose, rather than thinking is the agent hot air and waffle.
Yeah, it's so true. I think that's a wrap. Anything else you want to add? What about Mr. Novak and Team Novak?
Yeah, the pressure of an auction is it worth it? Yes, triple yes. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye.